Hello, welcome to Infinite Sky. So today's pick a card reading is what is happening in your connection. We will be looking to divine feminine and divine masculine energies and also the energy between you two. If you're new to pick a card reading, I will quickly explain how it works. So we have 3 piles, pile number 1, 2 and 3. All you have to do is choose one pile which you are the most drawn to. Once you're done your choosing, you should go to the description box where you can find the timestamp for specific reading. So I will show you these 3 objects that I put here. So this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. So choose one pile, meditate on the cards if you want, and I will see you on your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So if you chose this shining piece of jewelry, this is your reading. What is happening in your connection? So on the left we have divine feminine energies, and on the right we have divine masculine energies. Okay. So divine feminine. I think that in the past she was feeling very lonely and left out by her partner, and we also have you are so sexy and attractive for divine feminine. So I feeling that she was having some difficulties in the sexual life because she wanted her partner, and her language of love is physical intimacy. So she wanted to feel attractive and sexy, and she wanted her partner to notice her, but she didn't receive that attention from him. So she felt quite left out by him, and it was not good timing, because there are things that you have to solve first in yourself to have a normal relationship, and that was a poor timing, and it was not good timing at all. But she was acting impulsive. She might stepped out of her integrity. She could be impulsive, say harsh words to him, because she was feeling very, very deprived of love. And the masculine was very codependent with this relationship. He was very attached to the old behavior patterns that he needs to release. And he was standing in his comfort zone and not wanting to change. And for the divine masculine we have, I'm afraid that you will judge me. So he was afraid of judgment, and he wasn't very open to her. He wasn't very emotionally. He was trying, though. He wasn't very emotionally available, but he was trying very hard. And he was also dissatisfied because he didn't have harmonious relationship, and also what he didn't have is trust. So he didn't trust her. He couldn't feel like he could be open and vulnerable when she's around. And he was refusing to learn some kind of lesson here. And the lesson behind this communication, like I'm feeling like there's a lot of blockages in your communication and how you communicate. And the main lesson that the divine masculine is learning is how to be independent. They both are learning the same. How to be independent, to enjoy life individually without other person. Because in the past there was a lot of intermingled relationship which was not healthy. Right now it's for the divine feminine, she's closing the cycle because we have Ten of Swords, which is the closure of the cycle, and she's still in that very rough, difficult energies. She's in a lot of pain. She's in the right track and her angels are helping her to step in her power. But also I'm feeling that she's quite advanced soul, and she has to find the self. She has to have a spiritual awakening in order to move on faster. You can go slowly, step by step, but the faster way is like to seek spirituality, to seek what you have to learn. And this is for this soul, for divine feminine, is the path towards enlightenment. It's very, very amazing thing that she will soon experience or already experience. I think that she might intuitively know that she has to pursue the spirituality and go towards God, but she's resisting, and she is a lot of still in her ego. And ego, I mean, it's not that she has like a big ego, but we all have, but she's still clinging on to the same beliefs and the same illusions that she has to release and be in that space of nothingness to get rid of this situation and to heal her pain. Also we have Page of Cups in reverse, which shows me that if they have any kind of communication, because in the past there was some communication issues, and I think that divine feminine, she somehow left the relationship or moved away from this relationship and had her moment of pain and her moment of silence. And she's still in that energy. So right now she is refusing to heal, and because of that she might be very insensitive, oversensitive, and even though she's trying not to be offensive, it's like creating some blockages in the emotional space between them. Also we have sometimes I feel misunderstood by you, so there's definitely some miscommunication, and she feels very betrayed and misunderstood by divine masculine. But divine masculine loves her unconditionally. He realizes now that this is the one that I want to marry. We also have I want to marry, so he definitely realizes that he loves her very deeply. But right now he has some karma that he has to release, and that is related to his self-destruction tendencies. So he's releasing a part of this karma, and he's doing quite a good job because he already moved on from this relationship and from the pain, and he is realizing his wisdom and strength. But it requires a lot of time. I'm feeling that's not the right timing, and it won't be soon. Like it's slowly moving to the right direction. but he's definitely realizing some things that he couldn't before. What is moving, what is shifting in this relationship? Unnecessary worry, yeah. I feel from Divine Feminine, when she's refusing to step into the maybe like spirituality or seeking that untouchable, unexplainable space within her, she's having a lot of worry around this relationship thing. She worries a lot, thinks a lot, and she's not in her heart, but she's like mentally. She's very mental about it. I am confused about this connection. Yes, I'm feeling like this confusion and this energy, but you won't be, if you're Divine Feminine who is watching this video, you shouldn't be confused because everything is good right now. And you don't have to control what is happening between you two, but you have to try for yourself first. So there's a new beginning coming. This is slow new beginning. This won't happen overnight or maybe in the next month. I'm feeling that it's not the best timing. But there's definitely new beginning for the Divine Feminine. Also, I'm feeling that she's not realizing that she has a power. She has a lot more power than she thinks she does. And because of that, she is blaming others or blaming the universe or blaming other people for not having what she wants to have. And you have to know that this is a balancing. You have to balance your relationship with yourself first, and you to balance so the balancing could occur in your romantic relationship. Yes, so a lot of worry, unnecessary worry, because that's very, you're moving, Divine Feminine is moving to the right direction, I'm feeling. As the Divine Masculine, he is slower, but throughout these difficult times, you remain some kind of stability and some kind of core, because I see Pentacles energy and strength in the middle of this reading, and which is telling me that he has some kind of stable ground. And yeah, so what is shifting for him? It's not quite a lot of shift. Like, he has to do quite a lot of work here. But right now, the only thing that he could focus on is on the material things, like job, maybe some finances, like making money, like being more stable, grounded. But he won't have emotional fulfillment with her. Because he also has to realize his own emotional fulfillment in him. Also, he is quite pessimistic. He will be quite pessimistic over the situation, but there's a light in the end of the tunnel, and he will soon see this light in the end of the tunnel. He will see some signs of harmony coming, but there will be moments of challenges, there will be moments of like difficult times, but it won't happen. You're stepping out of the Emperor in reverse, which is very much 3D ego, controlling, manipulative, and some like very, very bad conflicts and arguments. You're stepping out of this, and it's both sides, because the Divine Masculine has self-destruction tendencies, so he's being also destructive. And Divine Feminine feels misunderstood by him. So they both influencing this relationship in the negative way. But there's a good future behind this. Okay, we will also have more cards for the Divine Feminine. So it's healthy communication and in relationships. So Divine Feminine has to focus on her, how she communicates with her partner. She has to be in her heart space and only express the deepest feelings and say that she feels like that, but don't she shouldn't blame other person for her feelings. It's her own feelings. That will help her to understand and be understood. For the Divine Masculine, we have give it to God. So he has to stop control the situation and just trust in the Divine and know that the God will provide all the healing and answers. For the Divine Feminine, we have channeling. So I'm feeling that she is very advanced soul, and she might have her last lifetime. She's an old soul, and she has very good skill in channeling other information and like intuitive power, intuitive wisdom. And she sometimes doesn't trust this channeling that she has, and yeah, so she could channel all the information, and that's all available to her because her angels are guiding her towards these difficult times, and she could trust that inner voice. Also, we have deep replenishment, so she has to really relax, really rest, and try to have as much time as possible for self-care. Also, for the Divine Masculine, we have birthing a new age. So his soul purpose, one of the sole purpose of his lifetime is to create, and he's creating. He will soon start to create something that will bring him financial freedom. So I think that he's stepping into his soul purpose, and that situation with the relationship and that difficulty helped him to realize his true passions. But there's still some things that he needs to align, and because there are things that he's not aligned with the soul, that creates some fear, some anxiety. It could be like some fearful thoughts. But he has ability, and his soul is always asking him to tune into that space of alignment. And nobody can do it for him. He has to do it for himself. So that's it. I hope you enjoy my video. If you like this video, please comment and say what resonates and what's not. And see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. So if you chose this piece of jewelry, this is your reading. What is happening in this connection? So, Divine Feminine, right now you're feeling stuck because you're still in separation with your partner. And the separation was happening because Divine Feminine, I will explain like Divine Feminine as she and Divine Masculine as he. But it could be that it's you who watching this video is Divine Masculine, so take it how it resonates. So Divine Feminine in this connection I'm feeling that she initiated the separation. And the reason why she did that, because she was feeling trapped for a long time. And Divine Masculine didn't expect that separation to happen. He was absolutely unaware of his problems, but he was very vulnerable. Not very vulnerable, he was afraid of being vulnerable in this connection. That's why he behaved in certain ways. And he also was very up in his head, always thinking, rationalizing things, and not learning from his past relationship. He has some divine feminine side to him that he's not healed. So it could be then that in his past relationship he was some kind of not abused, is not the right word, but mistreated. It could be that he has some childhood traumas, or just romantic relationship in general that didn't work out, and the woman mistreated him in some kind of way. That's why he's not having he didn't heal his divine feminine side. Yeah, so he made a decision, and I think this decision was okay, so we have to go separate ways, and that's it, and that's the end of this journey. But even though he has also Divine Masculine has some blockages inside of his heart. He has he's not open his heart space, but he sees new beginning coming, and possibility of reunion. But this is very slow new beginning for him. Yeah, he feels like he has to step up. He has to like be in the same level as Divine Feminine, because Divine Feminine has done a really great job in healing herself, in dealing with her trauma, and realizing a lot of negative patterns in her life. And she's a little bit tired of this inner work that she's doing. But yeah, and this tiredness is causing her to feel stuck a little bit, but the feeling of stuckness is not, it will last not very long. It will be a short period of feeling stuck. Even though she was very deeply hurt by this person, she feels grateful, and she managed to overcome a lot of barriers in herself, and she managed to heal a tremendous part of her past karma. She released a lot of karma. But there's still some things left. For the Divine Feminine, she has to empower herself, because right now she feels like a victim. Sometimes she feels like a victim because she wants new beginning with him. She wants to reunite with this person. She loves him, but she feels entrapped in her own mind, and because she sometimes, like, she slips away into this thinking and analyzing and rationalizing and what to do next and everything. But the healing and the space that she has to come in, and she already went inside, is already here. It's now. We also have enlightenment for the divine feminine. So it speaks about that she's awakening. She is experiencing spiritual awakening right now. And sometimes her ego is trying to survive and keeping her in this fearful and overthinking tendencies and feelings. But you just have to keep going. There's no way out. You just have to keep going and realize that this is an illusion put by your ego, and that you are believing in. And this illusion is keeping you stuck. And as long as you perpetuate this cycle, the longer it would take to reunite with this partner. Yes, so for the divine masculine, like I said, he's not opening his heart space, so he could not right now. He could not reciprocate that love, even though he loves her. He is not open to a relationship. He could not maintain the partnership right now. The reason is why he's stepping away from this connection is that he has some trust issues. He could not trust, but this is not caused by any actions of the divine feminine. It's more like he doesn't trust even himself in the first place, and that's why he cannot trust other person, because that pain was quite huge on him. And the main message for the divine masculine is that he has to, we all have possibility to not suffer. We all feel pain and pleasure and everything in between, but we have possibility to not suffer. I know it's a huge message, I know it's a huge idea, but we all have this. When you're detached, when you detach yourself from the one who is suffering, you no longer feel this this suffering. Actually, you don't feel, you just feel sensations in your body, like some thoughts, but you don't feel as a victim, because they both feel victim inside. For the divine masculine, he has to release some self-destruction tendencies. He didn't release that yet. It would be a longer cycle than the divine feminine. Yes, because he has some self-destruction tendencies. It could be that he is not focusing on his healing, but more to work, because there's a Pentacles energies here. He doesn't know how to heal himself. And yeah, so in the future there's there's quite positive, but for divine masculine, like, he feels a little bit pessimistic, but it's not something huge. It's like small disappointments in life, like, oh, that's happening again, why this is happening, but it's not something huge. It's more like in his mind, in his head, like negative thoughts. But he will realize that he can become, and he is becoming, to a more mature, stable man, and he can provide for his family and be a support for his partner. For the divine feminine, she has like quite negative image about divine masculine, and this image is already in the past. Like, in the past she suffered from him a lot, but it's changing. He is changing. The situation, the circumstances are changing. So divine feminine should release all like that. I don't know how to say in English. Those blocks that created this image of this persona. You have to, divine feminine should release this persona that she built in her head, which is based on past memories, but not by current reality, because current reality is quite positive. It's actually very positive. You have a possibility to reunite and also to plan ahead, not only like there will be a practical plans like what to do next. Okay, what are we doing? We are looking together right now. We are looking together to the future. What's next for us? And hopefully it will be best. And the cards are saying it will be good. But you have to release that past memories, that past traumas that you had in, if you're divine feminine. Divine feminine has to release some past traumas and memories that she holds in her head. Also, we have let yourself sparkle and shine. So for the divine feminine, she is guided to be bold and show her bigger than life side to the world. She is guided to be brave. She is guided to show herself, to not be afraid to speak, and not only speak but also create some things and some, even though it could be like image of yourself which is not true, but you could enjoy creating yourself as like a sparkling little girl, or like buy new clothes, or like something regards your body and image, how you portray yourself in the world. You could do that. You know that it doesn't mean anything, but it makes you feel good and confident about yourself, because you had a moment of very low self-esteem when this happened, because you somehow blamed yourself for this not happy relationship, and you should empower yourself. Also, remember that you are not alone, and during this period of separation and all these difficult times, angels are guiding you and they are sending you messages, a lot of messages, especially from the ancestors, because you are doing an amazing job, I'm hearing, and your ancestors are proud of you, and you are releasing this all past karma that was created not only by you in past life but also your ancestors. And when you are healing, you're healing every generation that was past, that was before you, and also the next generation. You are healing entire family from this pain. So keep going, and they are standing behind you. Okay, so what else for the divine feminine? Yes, so be aware of your own ego, and you're already experiencing enlightenment, and you know how ego works, because they are like, ego is showing up, but you can simply observe that and don't get entangled in that. Don't put energy into that. Just observe even your own tendencies, some like maybe unhealthy behaviors. Let it happen. Okay, let it happen. Let it be, like, it could be some anger, resentment coming up in you. Let it all happen in the body. Allow that, but don't identify with that. Yeah, it also would be helpful to seek professional help, like therapist, or doesn't matter what, but some mentor that could help you dealing with your residual pain. And it's not going to be very long. It's like a couple of months, maybe 2 months, not even 2 months. I'm feeling it's less than 2 months. You will feel absolutely different than right now, because this cycle is ending, and not only for you. This ending is also for the divine masculine. He's ending his long cycle of pain and pessimism. He will still have some pessimistic attitude towards the relationship, but it won't be so overwhelming. And look, I'm ready for my ego death. So he's ready for the thing that you experience, for the same spiritual journey that divine feminine experience. I'm sorry, I'm keeping saying like you, like it's divine feminine watching, but it could be also changed in another direction. So okay, what else we have? For the divine masculine, he has to let go of his controlling tendencies, and he has to, and not only that, but he also has to pray and ask for help, and pray for God, pray for another, like, universe, what he believes. And there will be some blessing coming into his life that will solve a lot of his problems, and that it will be the answer to his prayers. I'm feeling that it's very positive. Yeah, he's in transformative phase right now. A lot of old pain is coming, a lot of suffering is coming, and that was divinely guided. It was a soul contract before he incarnated, that he has to experience this pain for his own spiritual growth, and he was ready for it. He was waiting for that to happen, because it's the only way that you can get free of that, when you are reliving that same old things that was blocking his own light. Yeah, that was definitely divinely orchestrated for him, that pain and that everything he went through. If he could look to his past life karma, you would see a lot of things, and it will all make sense to him. It will all make sense why he's feeling the way he's feeling. And also the message for the divine masculine is that you have to ask for help. If you need help from if divine masculine needs help from the divine feminine, he has to ask for help, because he thinks that he can do it by himself, but that's not true. You have to ask for help, and you have to be open and in receiving help. So the future is quite positive, and that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Hope you enjoy my reading. If you enjoyed, please click the like button, and see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. So if you chose this beautiful jewelry, this is your reading. What is happening in this connection? Okay. So let me focus a little bit. So divine feminine. Divine feminine in this connection had a lot of past life karma with this person. When she's looking into his eyes, she sees a reflection of herself, but not her real self, I mean shadow self. And all her shadow self was starting to appear in this connection. Divine feminine was quite controlling by her nature. She likes to take control of her life. She likes to micromanage everything. And divine masculine was not ready for someone to control him because he wants freedom. This person needs his space, needs his freedom, and he felt like he's being controlled by some way. He was triggered, but that was not her fault, because that triggering was because of his past relationship or past childhood traumas or something. Like it was not related with her. He was quite triggered, like a lot of triggering energies, a lot of pain in his heart. She was also triggered because she was afraid of his rejection, and like the situation got worse and they both felt rejected, but especially the divine feminine, she was very, very, very provoked and in the negative way. And that situation that happened between them is because she has to integrate her shadow aspects of herself and realize and be aware of that shadow aspects. And her shadow aspects is what? So we have 5 of air. Yeah, she made some unwise decisions. She wanted to win, but she didn't realize that when you win, other person lose, and finally you lose, because when you win, when your ego wins, love dies, love loses, and you have to divine feminine has to realize that you have to reach the compromise between two people, and not to the detriment of other person's freedom. Yeah, you have to. This divine feminine has to have more space for him, and she didn't allow space for divine masculine. So it was foretiming. It was also not meant to be. It was not meant to be good in this time. In this particular time, it was not meant to be. Everything happened for the reason, and it was destined. We have a soul contract, yeah, you see? So divine masculine somehow knew that, like, he has quite good intuition. He's not always using it, but he is intuitive person. He has a lot of cups energy. So this person is very sensitive, has good psychic abilities, and a lot of femininity in this person, a lot of femininity. Yeah, so also he wanted to have good and joyous time, and he felt joyful and cheerful, and like everything was going fine. But at one point in his life he felt like a little bit bored or something, like, okay, it's not going anywhere, like I don't know if I want to go deeper into this relationship, if I want to continue this. And he just basically moved on. But there's a still deep true love. There's a true love between them, and divine masculine loves the feminine, and the feminine already knows that he loves her deeply. This is a real soul bond between them. Definitely soulmates. But not all soulmates are meant to be together in this lifetime. Just to know, I'm not saying that you won't be, but that's how the life works. Sometimes you cannot be with this person. Right now, This divine feminine is very much in her. She's confident. She's not afraid of taking control. She's empowered herself, and she's enjoying her enjoying actions that she's making in the world. She's enjoying new possibilities in her job or in her career. But she is realizing that she has to step away from this person, and they are both stepping away from the connection so that they can heal. And she is asking herself some quite deep existential questions, and how to, like, she's discovering the self. Also, what is going on as she is going inward. The healing is going in cycles, not the healing, but the whole process of your growth, spiritual growth, is going in cycle. It doesn't go like straight line. It always goes like in spirals. And when you go, oh, that's nice, that's one day is nice, and another could be like a disaster, and it's like repeating the same old cycles. And it's happening because you have to revisit that same lessons and same difficult situations to learn everything what is possible in these circumstances, to know everything. And then when you're done learning, you have to stop and just know that this is no longer your reality, and you choose the different reality for yourself. So that's why the healing is coming in cycles and in spirals. So even though she feels this love that is going on is very much in the 5D reality. It's not like it has some how to say, it's in the different level, like it's not in the 3D reality. And she feels resistance to this love because of some kind of, maybe she feels not deserving, she's not hoping to this love, she's avoiding, and for the future energies, she has to realize, divine feminine has to realize that she has to be vulnerable and open, and not to be afraid of her dark side. Not like be afraid of showing off your dark side. Accept your dark side. And because when you're showing only good side of you, you're not being true person in the connection. So apart from that, she's very, like, she's in a good space right now. She's in a good space. Also for the future energies, she will realize that, okay, I want this connection to move on. Like somehow I want this new beginning, this like, okay, I want to make a commitment to this person and make a commitment to myself. How can I manifest normal relationship? And you only can manifest normal relationship and healthy relationship by being vulnerable and being honest with yourself, trusting your inner gut. As you are being honest with yourself, you can then be honest with other person. But when you're lying, or not lying, but not saying the full truth or not realizing the full truth, how can you maintain a vulnerable connection? You cannot. So that's why in the future there will be no action towards this connection. There will be no action, but there is an action going inward, and a lot of things are moving out and in, and everything like is moving. For the divine masculine, okay, so I feel like this is a chill person. He's like chill. he's like, okay, this happened, okay, like what to do next? Okay, I'm not going to progress in this journey, I'm not going to commit or anything. I feel the love for her, but I want to be friends with her. Like, this is a friend's card, so I want to maintain partnership with her. I don't want to commit on anything big from this relationship. I don't have huge expectations, but yeah, I want to just partnership and be friends. Also, we have, what is this? Yeah, we have Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Yeah, he's just like to be with himself. Like, he enjoys being with himself. But it's not, it's like a little bit fake enjoyment. He thinks that he enjoys being with himself and being alone, but actually he's not. His soul is craving for intimate connections and intimate relationship, but he's not quite ready. He's not in the space of commitment and maintaining that intimate connection, intimate, deep spiritual connection. So he's like choosing to be, to hold, to, how to say, to be in a distance with her, to be in the distance and to like hold that distance, not going any closer to her. And right now he's like, he's quite emotionally fulfilled, and he's releasing his pessimistic attitude. He's realizing that, okay, that wasn't, I thought it was something to worry about, but I'm not actually so worried. But it's also some dishonesty about this, because the divine masculine is like, he's perceiving this woman as being emotionally unstable and oversensitive, overreacting, but actually I think that he is like that, because you only can perceive what you can, you are perceiving what are you conceiving. So he has some part of himself is actually that overreactive, oversensitive woman that he sees in her. It doesn't mean like sometimes she's not overreacting. Maybe she does, and she did it in the past, but it doesn't define her as a woman. Like, she won't be, maybe she has some moments of anger, frustration, or controlling, fear of rejection, but she's not defined by that. She could, because people are always changing, evolving, and that's not how she is. But he's not realizing that. Also, he changed his focus from this love connection, and he's focusing on his manifestation, because he's trying to manifest his own desires, his dreams. And it's very good, positive, because it's this manifestation and this thing that he's doing is raising his vibrations and just creating this nice, healthy space for him. Okay, what else? We have for divine masculine, yeah, he's like having a good, quite good psychic abilities. So he has some, he will soon have some realization and intuitive messages from his spirit guides as he raises his vibration. And he will realize that he has some negative patterns that he has to release, and this negativity is stemming way before meeting this person. This negativity is stemming from his childhood, or yeah, childhood maybe, yeah. Also, he feels that she's underestimating her, and he doesn't feel like, okay, I'm this like manly man, and like I'm not as powerful in her eyes as I want to be. and he's running away from his problems. So he's not realizing some things, but he will soon start to realize. He has like this little bit behavioral pattern of running from his problems and wanting to have just joyful, nice times together, friends, like maybe friends with benefits, I don't know, but not really committing. And yeah, he's lacking patience sometimes, and that's frustrating for divine feminine. And she also very envy of, not very, but she is envious of divine masculine love for other people. That's a 3D aspect of like of humans, to be envy and want to own somebody, because when you own somebody you feel safe. You feel safe, like you like, this person is mine and nobody else, so nobody can flirt with them, touch him or anything. But this is only an illusion, because the body is an illusion and you're not your body. So this envy is not very serious problem, but something that divine feminine has to be aware of. Also, she is more like, she will soon or already are more clear about your feelings to him, and it brings her more peace inside. Okay, let's see what. Okay, there one more message coming from the divine feminine right now. Like, she in this space of saying the truth, and she's not realizing that even though she sees, like, she has the ability to see throughout the layers of personas and look straight to the soul from another, like into another person's soul, and see like also the positive and the negative. And it intimidates some people because they are not used to this person, not used to be seen like that. And she doesn't realize why she rejects somebody from her life, because of her ability to speak what she sees and to be straightforward. And that's sometimes that intimidates people. It's not something that you have to, that divine feminists should be ashamed or like guilty for that, but that's the trait that you have to be aware why people react the way they react. Okay, what else we got? We got increased support. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to abundance of help and opportunities. Okay, so she will have an increased support in regards to her finances, like career, job, and anything. Also, she will have some psychological support if she needs it from another people during this time of separation and like this time of aloneness. So yeah, be grateful. If you're a divine feminine who is watching this video, be grateful and say thanks to things that you already have, to increase and to grow that abundance in your life. So pile number 3, that's all I have for you. If you like this video, please click like button. And if it resonated, please leave a comment, and I see you next time. Bye.